Well, good afternoon, basketball fans from the Stroud Gymnasium on the campus of the University of Montana Western. It's Bulldog women's basketball, and today the Bulldogs host the Jimmies of the University of Jamestown. I'm Wally Felt with play-by-play, along with Mike Miller with color, and our producer, director, Brett Wiebe, a student from Malta, Montana. The Bulldogs are 2-3 on the season.
I was going to say the mighty Malta Mustangs.
You interrupted her popcorn break. The Bulldogs are 2-3 in the season after a 77-71 win over Northwest of Washington back on November 22nd. The Jimmies are 5-1 on the season after an 86-57 win over Midland of Nebraska last Saturday. Jamestown has already played a couple of Frontier Conference teams. They lost to Providence and they beat MSU Northern. We're going to have tonight's starting lineup, but first we're going to take this message on the Bulldog Sports Network. We are back at the Stroud Gymnasium. It's a chilly night in southwestern Montana. Everybody is coming in with their winter wear, getting ready for Christmas. You know, we got to say something. Our volleyball team won their very first ever final set match at the NAIA National Volleyball Championship. They won today by a score of 3-0, a nice old-fashioned sweep, and congratulations to Katie Lovett and the rest of the Bulldog volleyball team. They'll have the work cut out for them tomorrow as they play the tournament's #1 seed, but I don't think there's much stopping the Bulldogs. How about you, Mike? Do you think anything?
I really have enjoyed watching them play this year, and, you know, we had the Danielle Martin injury, and Coach did exactly the right thing, don't you think? She sat her down. She said, we're not going to have you re-aggravate that. You'll take some time off. And the other players stepped right up, did the job, and Frontier Conference champions?
No,
that's right.
They played for the tournament championship and lost a thriller to Providence. But, you know, they won the opening round match. They hosted Oregon Tech, won that one. And then they go to Sioux City, Iowa for the very first time and win.
Yeah, that's great.
So, but we're talking basketball tonight.
Some basketball.
So how about tonight's starting lineups?
All right, starting for the University of Jamestown and their coach, Thad Sankey, in his 7th season. 0. Kate Cordes is a 5'8" junior guard from Shakopee, Minnesota. She is the team's leading scorer. Number 12, Kate Busick, is a 5'9" senior guard from Fargo, North Dakota. Number 14, Samantha Paulson, is a 5'11" sophomore forward from Zimmerman, Minnesota. Number 33 is Megan Oswald. She's a 5'9" senior forward from Brownsdale, Minnesota. And number 35, Hannah Hagel, is a 5'11" senior from Carrington, North Dakota.
Before you get into the Bulldogs, have you noticed where most of the players are from? They're from the eastern side of North Dakota or Minnesota.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to your Minnesota.
Oh, there's no way. I'm not making any.
No, folklore.
Oh.
How about the Bulldog starters?
Well, starting for head coach Britt Cooper in her 2nd season at the helm, we have number 3, Kyla Momberg, is a 5'8" junior guard from Box Elder, Montana. Number 5, Maddie Moy, is a 5'9" sophomore guard from Kalispell, Montana. Number 11, Peyton Hagee, is a 5'5" senior guard from Ephrata, Washington. Number 21, Nellie Momberg, is a 5'9 senior out of Box Elder, Montana. And number 24, Kinsey Peterson, is a 5'11 junior forward from Palouse, Washington.
Okay, we're about little under, I should say, 5 minutes before the opening tip-off, which gives us another chance to look at what's happening in basketball across the Frontier Conference. But first, we're going to take this break on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Montana Western, our flexible schedule and focus on learning through experience are just right for your world today. Experience One, where you take one course at a time for 18 days and then move on to your next course, is designed to work for you, whether you plan to come to campus, want to stay close to home, or if you need to earn your degree while working or raising a family. And Montana Western is the most affordable university in Montana. Experience the difference, only at University of Montana Western.
We're back at the Stroud Gymnasium. Minimal basketball action across the Frontier Conference this week. This is the only game on the women's schedule tonight. Tomorrow it's number 18 Mayville State facing number 21 Carroll at Helena. St. Mary's University of Nova Scotia at receiving votes. Women's team at Montana Tech finally gets a little love from the rest of the NAI and receives votes. They are hosting St. Mary's University. Then on Saturday, it's St. Mary's University making the trip up to Havre to face Northern. Then it's the University of Jamestown, this team that is here right now. They will be taking on Montana Tech in the mining city. And then number 18, Mayville State, will travel to Billings for a game against Rocky Mountain College. For the men's side of the Frontier Conference, no games on the schedule today. Tomorrow, it's St. Mary's of Alberta at number 5 Montana Tech and the University of Jamestown. And they've got to travel that twice.
Yes.
Although talking to Katie Lovett, it is actually cheaper, cost-wise, to fly there than it is to rent a bus.
But the girls' arms get so tired from flying there.
When I talked about you throwing some of that humor in, I was kind of hoping for good jokes.
Who writes this stuff?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I've been to some presentations you made before, and you asked that question to your audience, and they never give you a good answer.
Never give me a good answer.
So we're about ready for the opening tip-off and the starters. And I'll tell you what. We've got the national anthem first.
And the
Well, we're going to pause for the national anthem, and then we'll be back with the tip-off on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Now we ask you that you please rise for the playing of the national anthem.
Jamestown 107.1, this is the voice of the Jennies.
We're back at the Stroud Gymnasium. The players for both teams being announced by the one and only Quincy Taylor. Quincy Taylor, one of the Bulldog men's basketball players, sitting this season out because of a knee injury, but he still contributes.
And so I'm coming in. He's on his crutches again, so he's trying to take care of himself, trying not to do anything foolish.
Because he did like to, you almost figured he was going to try too hard.
Yeah. So it's been quite a while since the Jimmies played the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs, in fact, have only beat Jamestown just a single time back in 2004. The Bulldogs won 58-49, and they have now lost 4 straight to the Jimmies.
Well, Jimmies are one of the better teams in the NAIA. For a long time, they were a NAIA Division II team, and when they made the move up to Division I, when they merged the two leagues together, they didn't lose a step. Jimmies received the opening tip and worked the ball inside right away. Shot is up and no good. And off the hands of, looks like Hoggle, went off of her hands right underneath the basket. And Peyton Hagee will put the ball in play for the Bulldogs. And she'll bring it down and set the offense into Peterson. Peterson looking for somewhere to go back to Hagee. Hagee to Nellie Momberg. And ball, good defense by the Jimmies, knocking the ball out of the hands of Momberg. Now to Kyla Momberg. And she has the ball knocked out of her hand. She saves it, and Hagee has it. And at the last second, she gives it a 3, and it didn't hit the rim, so that's a shot clock violation.
Excellent defense.
Want to quickly announce the officials: Steve Belknap, Matt Gould, and Rigo Vasquez. And I'm wondering if that's their correct names, because they were apprehensive about giving their true identities.
The Bulldogs are going to have to play great defense. Oh, that illegal pick?
I think so.
Moving screen?
Yeah. Ian, you were talking when they were warming up to when the Jimmies were doing one of your favorite practices.
Always like to do that 4-on-4. Of course, I'm a junior varsity, junior high type of guy, and so we were always doing fundamental things, not fancy offenses and defenses.
Well, doesn't the basics usually win more than if you try and get too fancy? Oh, Nellie Momberg tried to get it inside, almost lost it. Got it. Oh, that was Kyla Momberg. Sorry. Here's Nellie inside to Peterson. Peterson shot is up and no good. Battle for the rebound underneath, and Peterson tied up. And ball will stay in the possession of the Bulldogs. They'll put it in play underneath the Bulldog basket. Nellie Momberg looking for a place to go. She gives it off to sister Kyla. Out to Hagee. Hagee puts up the 3 and hits it. So the Bulldogs on the board first with a Peyton Hagee 3-point basket. 8:18 left to play, first quarter. Mike, we've talked about before the difference between men's and women's basketball, quarters versus halves. And you said that you've actually done some talking to people too, and the move towards going to quarters in men's basketball
that's
is there.
What we've heard.
So 3-0 Bulldogs over the Jimmies, just underway. Nice move to the basket. That was Busick, and she scores, and it's 3-2 Bulldogs. Here comes Hagee setting up the offense. Off to Kyla Momberg. She steps back, puts up the 3, and it's short off the hands of Moy. I don't think Maddie Moy was ready for that one.
I don't think it hit Maddie. I think it just was an air ball. Maddie was trying to block out.
So 3-2 Bulldogs over the Jimmies. 7:35 left to play. Oh, and over the head, the pass a little long for Hoggle. A little high for Hoggle. And she's 5'11", needed to be about 6'11" to get that one. And so the turnover gives the Bulldogs the ball back. They hold a 3-2 lead. And Nellie Momberg puts up the three, doesn't get it. Peterson with the offensive rebound. And Hagel tried to, or Hagee tried to put up the shot, and good defense by the Jimmies. And Peterson ties up Cordis. And you know, Cordis, leading scorer, you mentioned that in your intro. Are they calling a foul or a tie-up?
Nope, tied him.
So possession arrow pointed towards Jamestown, and putting the ball in play is Busick. She's got the ball in the wing, puts up the shot, off the glass, no good. Battle for the rebound, and I think, do we have a foul? Nope, just off the hands of a Jimmy. Jimmy's outfitted in their road black uniforms, orange numerals and white. Bulldogs in their home white and red. Nellie Momberg drive to the basket right through the Jimmy defense and lays it up and in. And the Bulldogs lead 5-2. Oh, almost stole it away. Nice steal, but the Bulldogs weren't ready for the steal. And coming away with the basket was Lofstrom. Kyla Momberg moved to the basket. She puts it up, doesn't get it, gets the offensive rebound. Out to sister Nellie. She'll go in. Inside to Peterson. Nice pass from Momberg to Peterson.
Peterson leads the team in field goal percentage. She just doesn't shoot enough.
You need 75% of the shots, isn't it, to be classified as a leader?
Yeah.
Good defense by the Bulldogs as they force Jamestown out. 10 seconds left on the Jamestown shot clock. Oh, and wide open, all by herself, and that's Cordis. And Cordis hits the three and ties the game at 7. So a little break in the Bulldog defense was one of those things you said they couldn't do.
Just can't do. They don't score at the same rate as the Jimmies, and they give up a lot more points than the Jimmies. They just can't make any mistakes.
And Peyton Hagee with the three. And it's 10-7 Bulldogs. Pretty good three-point shooting early for both teams. Cordis goes in, lays it up, and draws the foul. You can see why she's an all-conference performer who leads the team. Isabella Lund checking in for the Bulldogs, and Jaden Weist is checking in for the Jimmies. Weist, a freshman from Mandan, North Dakota. Isn't that some historic with Lewis and Clark?
Mm-hmm. And I think the defense will tick up for the Bulldogs. Isabella Lund coming in.
We still haven't come up with nicknames for Isabella and Peyton.
No.
Maybe we'll just call them Peyton and Isabella and let it go at that. Nellie Momberg with a little 15-footer. And it's good. And the Bulldogs back out in front. 12-10 the score. Peterson almost had the foul, or actually almost had the steal, but picked up a foul instead.
And we're going to have a timeout.
Well, timeout on the court. It is Montana Western 12, the University of Jamestown 10. Back with more on the Bulldog Sports Network. We're back at the Stroud Gymnasium. 12-10, Bulldogs leading the Jimmies.
And we have the Challenge Cadets coming in a little bit at a time. And I believe that the Lima girls basketball team was invited to come tonight. And they'll be in the stands over here behind the Bulldog bench. Lima, of course, what is it, 48 miles south of town?
Something like that, yeah. Depending on if it's winter or summer.
Yeah. I got to sit on the bench, and when I was doing a field experience in Lima back in the 70s, Coach Hutchison let me sit on the bench with him when they played a team from Idaho.
Did they win?
It was all about me. I have no idea about their. Oh!
Wow, that was a long distance three by Cordes that just came hard off the rim, and Hagee rebound just kind of was boomed to her, and Nellie Momberg works her way inside, little floater that falls, and it's 14-10.
Lund.
Now here comes, I thought Isabel Lund checked in.
She went out of bounds after that ball.
Oh, gotcha.
And
sneaky.
She kind of thought that she tapped it back against the Cordes.
But they're going to give the ball to the Jimmies. Mm-hmm. And Kiki Davis has checked into the Bulldog lineup. Defensive player of the week, was it last week?
Last week.
Last week. Kiki has one speed, and that's full blast.
Yes. And she is the team's leading rebounder.
And Peyton Hagee almost has a steal. And Isabel Lund comes up with it and stand good defensive hustle by the Bulldogs.
Kiki is the team's leading rebounder.
Momberg, Nelly comes to the free throw line, passes inside to Peterson, and Peterson scores, and Jamestown wants a timeout. 3:25 left to play, first quarter. It's Montana Western 16, University of Jamestown 10. Back with more basketball on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Her tail on.
We're back at the Stroud Gymnasium. Bulldogs leading the Jimmies 16-10. 3:20 left to play in the first quarter. Jimmies with the ball. Hoggle goes inside, turnaround jumper, goes around the rim and drops through, and it's 16-12, and a little pressure put on by the Jimmies on the Bulldogs. Hagee off on the wing to Nellie Momberg. Nellie Momberg trying to get inside. Turnaround jumper is no good, but rebound, offensive rebound to Kiki Davis. Whoa, all kinds of action there, and the Bulldogs picked up about 3 offensive rebounds, but could not finish. But all that, what would you call that, organized chaos? The Jimmies, after the rebound, traveled with it. So it's Bulldog ball underneath their own basket. Lund has it now for the Bulldogs. Off to Momberg, to Peterson. Oh, and stolen away by the Jimmies. Cordes. And down, quick shot up is no good. Defensive rebound for us was just ripped out. Kiki Davis just took it right out of the hands of the Jimmies.
Almost impossible without it being a held ball.
Nellie Momberg with not sure what that shot was.
Well, it was darn close.
Peterson with the defensive rebound for the Bulldogs. Momberg will slow things down just a little bit, wait for a few more Bulldogs to gather with her. And Lund will draw in, and now she's off to Davis. Davis to Hagee. Her three is up, and no good. Rebound. off the hands of a Jimmy. And Ava Bellich comes into the lineup. Peterson will get a break. Also checking in for the Bulldogs is Trinity Nichols. And let's see now who came in. Let's see, I believe Megan Oswald back into the Jimmy's lineup along with Sarah Lenz. Bulldogs with a 4-point lead. Bellich puts up the three, doesn't fall. Ball off the hands of a Bulldog, out of bounds.
And Bellich gives them a little more height.
And you know, she was a really, really good three-point shooter in high school, but she's still trying to find her groove in the college circuit.
Nobody turned around to help.
And the Bulldogs come away with the ball after the missed layup by the Jimmies. Nichols has it. Nichols inside to Bellich, and Bellich is fouled from behind by Hoggle.
I like the way the Nichols girl plays. This kid can get the ball into a open receiver like she did there. She can shoot.
Well, she averages 9 points a game.
Off the bench.
Yes. Well, no, she started the first couple of games. You can see that Coach Cooper's still trying to juggle the lineup to find up the five that go the best. Kyla Momberg in, and she puts up the three, and it's an air ball, but offensive rebound to Kiki Davis. Her shot is blocked and controlled by the Jimmy's Paulson. And almost stolen away by Isabella Lund. I should say her hands are like octopuses, her arms.
And she's just relentless. Coach Cooper has gone all the way to the deep corner.
Turnaround jumper is no good. Kiki Davis with the defensive board for the Bulldogs, and Nichols will bring things down and set him up. Under 20 seconds left to play in the quarter. Nichols looking at the clock, looks for a person to pass to, goes to the wing to Kyla Momberg, back to Nichols. Nichols puts up the shot, no good, and rebound controlled by the Jimmies. 5 seconds on the clock. And travel is called. Good defense by Nichols. Is that one of the reasons why you like her?
I do. She can just, she just surprised the girl.
2 seconds left in the quarter. Actually 3, 2.8. Can you make a basket in 2.8 seconds? Nichols with the ball, pops up the three. It's off the rim and no good. And so after one quarter of basketball, it is Montana Western 16, the University of Jamestown 12. Back with the second quarter on the Bulldog Sports Network.
My name is Matt Allen. I'm the Director of Admissions at the University of Montana Western. Montana Western is the only U.S. public institution in the country that operates on a block scheduling model called Experience One. Instead of your semester looking like this in a traditional system, the block schedule at Montana Western looks like this. This innovative approach allows students to really focus on that one homework area, have one final, communicate with one professor. More importantly, there's one professor communicating with that class. The big difference between Montana Western and other institutions is that our students typically have 2 to 3 years of experience in their field of study. And it's experience that employers and grad schools are looking for. And like I said, it's experience that a lot of college students don't typically have at that point in time in their academic career. Student success is our top priority, so our faculty and staff are here to help students through their entire student experience.
With mom and dad, and they were cold. They got very, very cold.
We are back at the Stroud Gymnasium getting ready for the second quarter. We've got some stats and no double-figure scoring.
Pretty low scoring, which is good for the Bulldogs because they're.
Well, the Bulldogs kind of followed suit with what you said they needed to do. Kyla Momberg will put the ball in play for the Bulldogs, who have first possession in the second quarter. Nichols directing traffic, sets the play. Now Lund has it. No changes in the Bulldog lineup from the end of the first quarter. It looks like the same for the Jimmies. Kiki Davis works her way in and up and no good. Checked away. Battle for the rebound. And Isabella Lund, she almost had it, but controlled by the Jimmies instead. And here come the Jimmies, trailing by 4, 16-12. Second quarter just underway. Shot is up from the wing and no good. No, right into the hands of Belich. And here come the Bulldogs. These guys are going to sleep really good tonight because this is more of a track meet than it is a
very
basketball game.
Nobody in the lane.
10 seconds, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Kyla Momberg off to Nichols in the wing. She puts up the three. No good, and rebound controlled by Oswald of the Jimmies.
You look how quickly.
And Nichols comes up with the steal for the Bulldogs. Inside to Lund, but Lund
rejected.
Big time. There was a little bit of a height disadvantage there. About 5 inches worth, and the ball was ejected. But, Cordes, great job of keeping the ball alive and keeping Isabella Lund off the ball. And they called a foul. Missed that one.
Nope, they didn't call a foul. It is.
Yeah, they called a
Isabella Lund
called for the foul, and so she checks out. And it looks like Nellie Momberg checks back into the Bulldog lineup. So foul to the Bulldogs, first team foul, first on Lund.
The Bulldogs lose sight of the ball.
Kyla Momberg with the steal.
Look how quickly she's double teamed.
Kyla Momberg had the three but chose to back out. Nichols has it now. The Jimmies are relentless on defense. It does, as Mike said, they don't take long. And Kyla Momberg with the reverse layup.
That's going to be on ESPN tonight.
I think so. Shot up and no good. 3-point attempt, no good by the Jimmies. Ball controlled by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs lead by 6, 18-12. 7:23 left in the second quarter. Nellie Momberg with the ball for Montana Western. Free throw line now back to Kiki Davis. Kiki Davis to Kyla Momberg. She's going to go inside again. This time doesn't get the layup. And the rebound controlled by the Jimmies. Quickly down court. Here comes the Jimmies fast break. They slow down. Step back 10-footer by Cordes is good. And it's a 4-point Bulldog lead, 18-14. 6:45 left to play. Nellie Momberg with the ball to Nichols. Nichols goes inside, puts up the layup, and it goes in and out and almost taken away by the Bulldogs, but the Jimmies come away with the defensive rebound. 3-point attempt up and no good by the Jimmies. Lofstrom.
I don't think the Bulldogs are ready to play against this switching defense. It starts out man-to-man, and then as the player either turns their back or goes to the basket, they switch off. Another person picks them up.
And I think that's been one of the strengths of the Jimmies women's team for quite a while, is that relentless defense.
Really good defense.
So Belich and Kiki Davis will check out. Hagee comes back into the game along with Maddie Moy. And Nellie Momberg is at the free throw line for the Bulldogs, and she hits the first.
That's one of the Achilles heels for the Bulldogs. They're shooting just 64% from the free throw line as a team. except tonight it's 100%
Yes.
now.
Yeah. Well, that'll help the percentage a little bit. And I know you're fundamental basketball coach, how important free throws are.
Yeah.
And we've talked about how free throws have taken championships away from teams before. 20-14, the score. Shot is up and no good. Peterson came back into the game too, and she picked up the defensive rebound. And Hagee calls out the play as she crosses the timeline. Oh, and I think somebody zigged when they should have zagged, and here comes a little bit of a fast break. Oh, and Hagee called for the foul, but she stopped the layup. So
I think she put her hands out there for safety.
Protection. So Oswald will go to the free throw line to shoot a couple. Oswald's a 5'9" senior from Brownsdale, Minnesota. She's doesn't miss very many free throws, 92% free throw shooter. And there's a reason why. She made another one. So Oswald gets one, she'll get another one, and it's 20-15 Bulldogs. 5:32 left to play in the half, and she gets both, and it's a 4-point Bulldog lead, and a little pressure applied by the Jamestown defense, but the Bulldogs crack it, get it across the timeline. Off to Nichols, who tries a three from the wing, no good. Rebound by Hoggle, and quickly down. Here come the Jimmies on the fast break, but stolen away by Nichols. Nichols comes up with the steal for the Bulldogs to Moy, and Moy's shot, I'm not sure where she was going with that one. There was nowhere for her to go, and the loose ball ends up in the hands of the Jimmies. 3-point attempt is up and no good by the Jimmies, but good follow through by Lothram, who was there for the offensive rebound and putback. And what was a 6-point lead has been cut to 2. And Hagee will put up a 3, no good, and another defensive rebound. So the Jimmies are holding the Bulldogs, so just one shot per possession. And Nichols almost comes up with the steal.
Oh, she does.
As she does, they're going to say last touch by a Jimmy. And we have immediate timeout. So with timeout on the court, it's Montana Western 20 and the University of Jamestown 18. Back with more second quarter basketball on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Montana Western, our flexible schedule and focus on learning through experience are just right for your world today. Experience 1, where you take one course at a time for 18 days and then move on to your next course, is designed to work for you, whether you plan to come to campus, want to stay close to home, or if you need to earn your degree while working or raising a family. And Montana Western is the most affordable university in Montana. Experience the difference, only at University of Montana Western.
Ask when will they be available?
We're back at the Stroud Gymnasium. Mike and I were discussing the holiday festivities and decorative items.
Yeah.
It is the holiday season. School is, I think, a week here before the Christmas break. And a stolen ball, but stolen right back again by Peyton Hagee.
Go right at her. Yep.
Foul is called on Jaden Weist. Excuse me, Jaden Weiss. I remember it pronounced like East. I apologize to Jaden's relatives in Mandan. Maddie Moy to Peterson, now to Hagee in the wing. Shot is up and good. That's one of those rattled shots.
Yeah.
23-18 Bulldogs. 3:45 left to play in the first half. Peterson commits the foul against Martinson.
That's her second.
And Ava Belich will come back into the lineup. And I agree, Mike, we talked about she's playing a lot more aggressive than she has in the previous games we've seen her in. And Isabella Lund comes back into the Bulldog lineup. Miss you cannot have the ball if I want it. That's
the first miss from the free throw line for the Jimmies.
And she gets 1 out of 2, and Martinson is a 60% free throw shooter, so that's kind of in her stats line. And great defense by Hagee. Great.
And it looks like it went out of bounds off Busick.
Peyton Hagee showed her sprint. Now that was, I know she's a track girl. She sprinted down there, forced the ball off the knee of the Jimmy, and great defense. And with the turnover, Bulldogs get the ball back again. Knocked out of bounds.
Just went out of bounds right in front of the Jimmy Vance. Almost took the head off that official. He's got to get his hands up. He's open.
Yeah. Well, either that or that youth challenge kid at 3 rows up, he was ready too. He did have his hands up. 23-19 Bulldogs. Ten seconds on the shot clock. Cordes works her way in. Moy against Moy, and Moy gets the block and comes up with the ball. And here come the Bulldogs, under 3 minutes left to play. Belich turnaround jumper from the free throw line is no good. And defensive rebound to the Jimmies. And Belich steps in the lane and stops the fast break. Good defense by the sophomore. Shot is up and no good. And rebound controlled, batted around, loose ball finally picked up by the Jimmies. 3-point shot is up and high rim, no good. And Moy and one of the Jimmies, that's Paulson, battle for it. And possession arrow into the hands of the Jimmies. And we have a couple of new Jimmies in. I think Busick is coming back into the game along with Hoggle. 23-19 the score. Bulldogs on top of the Jimmies. Turnaround jumper is no good, and Belich with the defensive rebound, and Hoggle takes it right out of her hands, but I think Hoggle is going to be called for the foul.
I think called it on Belich.
Okay.
She turned right into that defender and had the ball too low.
So non-shooting foul. The Jimmies will put the ball in play underneath their own basket. And
we've got a foul on Kiki
another
Davis.
Foul. Kiki Davis commits a foul.
Putting him at the line under 2 minutes to go in the half.
And at the free throw line is Lofstrom. She's a 60% free throw shooter, but her average just went up. She missed the first one and the second one, so it took a big bump upwards. And coming back into the ball game for the Jimmies is Wiest. And pressure applied by the Jimmies, and Isabel Lund on the dribble, crosses the timeline.
She's going to be double teamed as soon as she turns around.
And Ava Belich puts up the three and hits it. Good for Ava. Ava Belich with the three, and the Bulldog lead is 26-21. 3-point shot is up and no good. and Kiki Davis.
We're going to have a foul here. Nope. I think.
Yep. Foul on, is that East?
And that's her second.
So she looks over to her bench, but the Jimmies are going to apply some full court pressure here. Hagee has it for Montana Western, going against Wiest.
And here comes the trap.
And Momberg has it. And Belich open for another three, and hits another three. Ava Belich from three, and it's...
And that's the first time I've seen her smile after she took a shot.
Back-to-back threes by Belich has given the Bulldogs an 8-point lead with under a minute left to play. Hago has it tipped out of her hands by Kiki Davis. And three from the wing is up and no good.
You have to block out.
And the Bulldogs not blocking out. And after the third offensive rebound, the putback by Lofstrom cuts the Bulldog lead to 6, 29-23. 30 seconds left to play in the half.
See how they switch.
Momberg has it, 20 seconds on the clock. She's open for a three, puts it up, no good, and rebound. Oh, well, it was controlled for a second by the Jamestown Jimmies, then knocked out of bounds by Kiki Davis.
Yeah.
And so it will be the Jimmies going for the last shot with 12.4 seconds left in the half. Four seconds. Cordes puts up the shot, no good, and rebound into the hands of Belich, and that's how the first half will end. Montana Western 29, the University of Jamestown 23, and we will be back with halftime stats and more after these messages on the Bulldog Sports Network. We are back at the Stroud Gymnasium on the campus of the University of Montana Western. Thursday night basketball. The Bulldogs of Montana Western leading the Jimmies of the University of Jamestown by a score of 29-23. And Mike, how about some first half stats?
Well, the Jimmies were led in scoring by Kate Cordes and Jessica Lofstrom. Each have 8 points, and then it's just a bucket apiece for all the rest of the players. So their offense is really struggling a little bit for a team that averages 70 points. Leading rebounder Hannah Hoggle, she's got 5. So does Kate Busick, and the Bulldogs have forced 11 turnovers from the Jimmies. For the Bulldogs, they were led in scoring by Peyton Hagee. She's got 9 points. She was 3 out of 7 from the three-point line. And then Nellie Momberg has 8, and Ava Belich has 2 of the. She has 6 points. She has 2 3-pointers, so she's 2 of 3 from the field. Leading rebounder for the Bulldogs is Kenzie Peterson. She has 5, and then Kiki Davis has 4 off the bench. Okay, for the team, the Jimmies ended up 8 of 29 from the field and just 1 of 14 from the three-point line. They are 6 or 7 of 7 from the free throw line for their 23 points. The Bulldogs were 11 of 37 from the field, and that included 5 3-pointers, 5 of 16, and they hit both free throws. So for the game so far, the Jimmies are shooting about 28%. The Bulldogs shooting about 30%. The Jimmies are shooting just a horrendous 7% from the three-point line, and the Bulldogs about 33%. 86% from the free throw line for the Jimmies, 100%, but only 2 of 2 for the Bulldogs. And the rebounds, the Jimmies are winning the battle of the boards. They've got 25-21 for Montana Western. Both teams have 8 offensive rebounds, and for the Bulldogs, that has given them 5 points, and Jamestown has 9 second chance points. If you block out twice, 3 times, then it's not going to happen. So the bench points, Jamestown has 9, Montana Western has 6. They all came from Ava Belich, and the score was tied 2 times, and the lead changed. It has never changed. The Bulldogs have led from the opening horn.
Or whistle.
Or the whistle. So,
yeah, you got track in your mind.
With about 8 minutes to go here in halftime, it is 29-23, Montana Western over the Jimmies of the University of Jamestown.
We're going to take another break, and then we're going to come back and talk football and volleyball, and we'll do that after this on the Bulldog Sports Network. Walked out. We are back at the Stroud Gymnasium. We're going to talk football and volleyball, Mike. Do you mind?
Not a bit.
Okay. Hey, history made today. How about those Bulldog? How about the Bulldog volleyball team as they defeated number 24 William Carey of Mississippi in a sweep? They just didn't win. They won 3-zip, and they had a good one. I've got the story that Lindsay posted on the website, and once again, Jazzy Smith led the Bulldogs with 10 kills and 12 digs. But if you look at the whole box score, the stats were really evenly spread around the whole team. And Coach Lovett said in an interview afterwards that that's what she thought was so impressive, is they won decisively, but they won with everybody that played contributing.
Good. Yeah, that's good team, and it's good coaching. And I'll go back one more step. That's good recruiting. You found players that can play the game out there, get along with each other on the floor, in the locker room, on campus. Everything has gone pretty well. So we got our fingers crossed for tomorrow.
Yes. But it's the seniors that are on the team. Big kudos out to them, because they've seen the good and the bad and maybe a little bit of the ugly since they walked on campus 4 years ago, and now they're reaping the rewards of all that hard work. They've set all kinds of volleyball records, and it's just a really, really cool experience. And congratulations to Bulldog volleyball. Bulldog football has a quarterfinal matchup coming up on Saturday, where they're hosting number 6 Morningside of Iowa. Morningside is 11-1 overall. The Bulldogs 10-1, and the rest of the matchups include number 1 Kaiser of Florida against number 10 Georgetown of Kentucky, number 2 Grandview of Iowa hosting number 11 Northwestern of Iowa, and number 3 Indiana Wesleyan hosting number 9 Benedictine of Kansas. Now, Benedictine, that is the team that gave Morningside their only loss of the year. So they're the elite of the NAI football schools are down to 8 teams now.
And our head coach, Ryan Norris, coached twice at Morningside.
11 years.
He was there as, I believe he was the defensive coordinator for a while, took a chance on another job, and the head coach and his team got fired. So he went back to Morningside, where he became the offensive coordinator. He
had said that the head coach of Morningside gave him all kinds of opportunity to learn different sides of the ball and whatnot, and he gives that guy a lot of credit, for where he is right now. So it's one of those warm fuzzy parts of the playoffs, where you see a mentor and a mentee going up against each other, and that game will kick off Saturday at noon right here on the Bulldog Sports Network. We're going to take another break, and then we'll get back and get ready to go for the second half, and we'll do it on the Bulldog Sports Network. We ready? We are back at the Stroud Gymnasium. 1:10 left to go before the beginning of the second half. I'd say second half tip-off, but no, we had the officials over here giving us a little bit of a bad time.
They could be their own very bad comic TV show. Certainly a podcast.
I think it would be one of those ones that you would turn on once and that would be it. So, and now they're conversing with the Jamestown radio person, and he has more cords around him than.
Yes. And of course we have KDBM, KBEV here as well, and they're out on the World Wide Web. Russ is the new guy. I think he's from Valier, Montana.
Yeah, he did something in one of the schools up there. I can't remember. We're just about ready to go. Final seconds of a halftime clock tipping away.
Well, the Bulldogs have that 6-point lead, and they had a couple of opportunities where a good block out, they would have kept the Jimmies from scoring. And the Jimmies have used a lot of players.
The altitude couldn't be affecting them, couldn't?
Nah.
There's not that much difference between here and Jamestown.
Oh, yeah.
But it wouldn't affect them, would it?
Not that much.
Hagee gets the ball in play.
We're going to have a little zone defense.
And Hagee backs off, puts up the three, no good. Rebound to Cordes of the Jimmies, and the Jimmies quickly down court. And a foul is, no.
She stepped out of bounds.
Yeah.
Okay, get your head up.
And they've full court pressure put on by the Jimmies. I guess they liked what happened before. And now Kyla Mongberg comes down to help out a little bit.
Stay out of the corners.
And Hagee is pushed, but no foul is called. The ball goes out of bounds off of Jimmy. And it's still 29-23. 30 seconds played in the third quarter.
The officials moving some of the players on the bench back a little ways. Give Hagee a landing spot. Yeah.
And a foul is called out, I believe, on 14, Samantha Paulson. You almost called that before the official did.
I know it.
That inner official and you just about popped out.
He should be dead by now. It's been so long.
You have any in your black and white shirts anywhere?
I'm pretty sure I couldn't fit in any of them.
Peterson has it for the Bulldogs inside to Moy. Turnaround off the rim, and it's 31-23 Bulldogs. You look at pictures of the officials a long time ago, and they wore collared shirts.
Yeah. All of mine were. I believe I still have my shoes.
Moy's shot, Nellie Momberg's shot goes about an inch in the basket and then popped back out again. And nice pass from Cordes inside to Hoggle. And it's an easy basket for the Jimmies, 31-25. Bulldogs, a little breakdown defensively. Peterson playing with a couple of fouls off to Moy. Moy goes inside, puts up the shot, and it falls. Shooter's touch. Yeah, Maddie Moy from Kalispell gives the Bulldogs an 8-point lead again. Another three attempt is up there, and it is good. That was Paulson. I saw her at halftime just making 1 3 after another in warm-up. I guess it paid off. And it's 33-28 Bulldogs. Inside to Peterson. She puts up the shot, doesn't fall. Cordes with the rebound for the Jimmies. No, that wasn't Cordes. Sorry about that. But the Jimmies have the ball. And racing down Hoggle now. And Hoggle is fouled by Peterson, I believe.
Yep.
And that's her. And Ava Belich back into the game, along with Nichols. For the Jimmies into the game is Lenz, Sarah Lenz from Belle Plaine, Minnesota. One thing I like when these teams that you haven't seen for a while come in, you get to learn some new geography.
Oh.
Nice shot. She was a little right underneath the basket, was Wiest. And Belich puts up a three, doesn't fall, and rebound controlled by the Jimmies. Jimmies quickly down, set things up, and
I think Nichols has got her hand on the.
So Nichols commits the foul. You know, it's funny because some officials won't call that, and other ones will let you play with it, and then they'll call it.
Yeah, and that either one of them's wrong.
Belich with the foul.
Now Belich she knows that girl is heading for the middle of the key. She's got to get there first. Get there first.
Jaylyn Martinson at the free throw line. Misses first. She's a senior from Devils Lake, North Dakota. Second one is good, so she gets 1 out of 2, and it's a 4-point Bulldog lead. More full court pressure put on by the Jimmies. Nichols across the timeline. Very close, and she loses the ball. Double teamed. Oh, and Nichols knocks it out of bounds and commits the foul. That pressure, would you term that a pressure defense?
Yeah, they double teamed her right at half court. She needs to either stop, back up, but don't come across.
Lofstrom, she has enough loft on that shot that there's got to be ice coming down from that. She misses the second one, and Moy clears the boards for the Bulldogs. 33-30 now the score. Montana Western leading by 3. And Hagee back out to Nichols. Nichols to Momberg. Momberg drives herself in, comes back up, puts up the shot, no good. And with the rebound is Lofstrom of the Jimmies. And the Jimmies quickly down, setting up the offense. 3-point shot is up and no good. And off Nichols, I believe. Kiki Davis getting set to come into the Bulldog lineup. And I missed two. I think Busick came in to replace Cordis for the Jimmies, and the officials having a little discussion underneath the basket. Well, they confirmed the foul was on Nichols for the Bulldogs.
The previous play. Oh, she missed.
And the Jimmies have backed off a little bit of that full court pressure. Belich to Hagee, and Hagee.
I think Ava Belich has been called for a moving screen.
And that's 3 quick fouls on her. And Maddie Moy is going to come back into the lineup quickly for the Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs in early foul trouble in the second half. 6:18 left to play in the third quarter. Three-point attempt from the wing is up and no good, and rebound tipped out of bounds. I thought it was tipped out by Jimmy, but they're saying it was tipped out by a Bulldog. And getting ready to throw the ball in play is Busick. She gets it, goes the other side, puts it up short. And here come the Bulldogs. Oh, and tipped out of the hands of Nellie Momberg. Bulldogs need to take better care of the basketball. They're just kind of lackadaisical with the ball.
Yeah, they forced 11 turnovers in the first half, but and only had 6 themselves.
I think they're catching up. They're going to say that was a 2-point basket. And it's 33-32 Bulldogs, but the Jimmies have made a big run back. Checking back into the lineup is Oswald and Hoggle and Cordes for the Jimmies. And Isabella Lund comes in for Montana Western. Amp up the defense a little bit now.
Yep, it will. See, they switch off.
Kiki Davis with the ball, drives in, puts the shot up, and it doesn't fall. But Maddie Moy, tough for the offensive rebound. And Lund has it now. Lund to Hagee. Hagee backs off. Weight comes way out.
Down to 5 seconds.
5 seconds on the clock. Hagee puts up the shot, hard off the glass, no good, and rebound to the Jimmies, and the Jimmies on the fast break quickly down court is Cordes. She puts up the shot, doesn't fall, and she draws the foul. And that will send Cordes to the line.
Isabella Lund with the second foul.
And timeout on the court. So with 4:46 remaining in the third quarter, it's Montana Western 33 and the University of Jamestown 32. Back with more on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Montana Western, our flexible schedule and focus on learning through experience are just right for your world today. Experience One, where you take one course at a time for 18 days and then move on to your next course, is designed to work for you, whether you plan to come to campus, want to stay close to home, or if you need to earn your degree while working or raising a family. And Montana Western is the most affordable university in Montana. Experience the difference, only at University of Montana Western.
Yeah.
We are back at the Stroud Gymnasium. 33-32 the score. Bulldogs over the Jimmies by 1.
Get out there, girls.
Bulldogs have led by as many as 8, but the Jimmies have just continued relentlessly and have cut that lead down to just 1. And a couple of Bulldogs, Ava Belich and Peterson, are in foul trouble with 3 apiece. Cordes, 100% free throw shooter, steps to the free throw line, and she's still 100% shooter, and the score is tied at 33. And the Jimmies on top for the first time in a while, 34-33, and here come the Bulldogs.
Gone back to man-to-man.
Kiki Davis drives and scores. So Kiki Davis drives and scores, and the Bulldogs back out in front by 1. And over a little bit of size difference between Hagee and I believe that was Lofstrom. And Lofstrom wins the battle and scores, and the Jimmies back out in front by 1. 36-35. Nichols with the three-point shot. No good, but Lund with the defensive rebound. Hagee with the three-point basket, and the Bulldogs back out in front, this time 38-36.
Oh, Nichols
almost came away.
Excellent defense on that.
And it went right off the hands of a Jimmy. I believe off the hands of Oswald.
She looked like that free safety covering that wide receiver. Got it.
I'm thinking both. I'm thinking she was a track girl too in her high school days.
I got to talk to her. She knows the Pottingers. You know, Troy, of course, went to school here many, many years ago.
His son plays football at Montana State, doesn't he?
Yep.
And Isabel Lund makes the layup.
No, that's Peyton Hagee.
Oh, Peyton Hagee, I'm sorry. See, we need to come up with distinctive nicknames. Shot is up and no good by the Jimmies. Another shot is up, and this one falls for 3, and Jamestown wants the timeout. 40 for the Bulldogs, 39 for the Jimmies. 3:22 left in the third quarter, and back with more Bulldog basketball on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Butter.
We're back at the Stroud Gymnasium. 3:22 remaining in this non-conference women's basketball game. The Bulldogs, Montana Western, hosting the Jimmies of the University of Jamestown. And back to full court pressure by the Jimmies.
Don't come here, don't come here.
And Peyton Hagee just drives down, comes back out to Isabel Lund, who brings it out top of the key and now directs traffic again. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Kiki Davis drives in, and a push by Cordes, a foul away from the ball. Nope.
It's on Hoggle.
On Hoggle, okay.
Davis is just one step faster than Hoggle.
The way that Cordes was looking at it was like the foul was on me.
I love this orange and black. Just like Plains.
And
Chinook.
And our school colors a long time ago.
Long time ago.
Lund has it now to Kiki Davis. She thinks about a three. Nope, I'm going to come inside the free throw line now. Lund has it. Lund works her way in, puts the shot up, and tipped out of bounds by Moy. Moy right behind the taller Hoggle.
I kind of think Kiki should have shot that one.
Too much thinking, just do it, right?
Yeah.
40-39, Bulldogs lead by 1. 2:37 left to play in the third quarter. Low scoring game.
No, that's a bad call. She leaned into the defender.
So Isabella Lund will go to the free throw line, and Nellie Momberg will check back in, and Lund has her third personal. So that's 3 Bulldogs with 3 personal fouls.
And we're still in the third period.
So Cordes, the 100% free throw shooter, stays at 100%. Well, I wonder where Shakopee, Minnesota is. Oh, you have your atlas, huh? She gets them both, so she remains 100% from the free throw line. And more full court pressure put on the Bulldogs, but they break it quickly. Nichols it down across the timeline fast. Hagee has it now, and Hagee draws the foul. I think Paulson is going to Paulson picks up her second foul. She's from Zimmerman, Minnesota. So Kiki Davis inside to Moy. Moy brings the ball. She's double teamed, finally gets rid of it. Nope, 3 seconds is the call. Moy just could not get rid of the ball. Oh, right outside of
Minneapolis. Shakapee's right outside of Minneapolis.
41-40, Jimmy's over the Bulldogs. Seven seconds on the shot clock, and Nichols comes up with the Bulldog steal, and a foul from behind is on Paulson, and that was one of those oops.
Yep.
Call that an oops foul. And that's Paulson's third, so she's picked up 2 quick fouls, and it's the 15th foul on the Jimmy, so that will send Nichols, Trinity, will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. And Trinity Nichols gets the first free throw, and this game is tied at 41. These two teams are going to meet up again next weekend in Miles City.
You think we ought to go?
No. no. They expressly ask us not to be there.
Yeah. That is a long trip but it's halfway, I suppose, between the two teams, two towns.
42-41
now
Bulldogs.
The
Bulldogs come up with a little full court pressure. Free shot from the wing goes nowhere. Didn't hit the rim. It just hit the backboard. So the shot clock remains. But that one, whoa, Busick from the wing, and she scores, and the Jimmy's on top by 2. I think that's their biggest lead of the ball game.
I think so too.
44-42 Jimmy's. Bulldogs with the ball, trailing by 2. Inside to Davis, and Davis has the ball knocked out of her hands, and the Jimmy's come up with the turnover. Busick quickly down court, setting things up. And she'll drive in, put the shot up, missed it, but got her own rebound. And now 3-point attempt from outside is up and no good. That one by Savala, and she missed it. Bulldogs with the rebound. Kiki Davis goes up, puts the shot up, no foul, and she commits a foul. 44-42 Jimmy's, and the lead could increase a bit. Is Savawa, the freshman from Mountain Iron, Minnesota. I love these names.
We had somebody from Dickinson who was from Mountain Iron.
So shot is up and good. And it's a 3-point Jimmy lead, 45-42. Second free throw bounces up a little bit.
Shot clock is off.
And we've got 19 seconds left of the third quarter with the Jimmies leading by 4, 46-42. Nichols with the ball for the Bulldogs. 8 seconds, 7 seconds now. Nichols back, gives off to Davis. Davis loses the ball, 2 seconds, and she puts up a shot almost half court. And that's 3/4 of basketball in the book. It is University of Jamestown 46, Montana Western 42. Back with the fourth quarter on the Bulldog Sports Network. We're back at the Stroud Gymnasium getting ready for the fourth and final quarter. And stats have come in, and Mike is quickly adding things up. There's smoke, a little circle of smoke above his head, and I know he doesn't smoke a cigar because you can't smoke in here, so it must be from thinking.
You know, the Bulldogs were outscored 23-13 in that period, and the Jimmies get the ball to start the fourth. Kate Cordes has 12 points to lead the team, and Jessica Lofstrom has 9. The leading scorer in the ball game is Peyton Hagee. She's 4 out of 10 from the three-point line for 14 points.
So Jimmy's with first possession.
Oh.
And they
just a little two-player give and go, and kicked it off her own knee.
So more pressure, but Momberg comes across by herself, and she's going to go all the way down, puts the shot up, and draws the foul. So Nellie Momberg will go to the line to shoot a couple.
Is that?
So Momberg.
Oh, doesn't take very long when she gets the ball.
And she gets both free throws, and the lead is 46-44. The clock stops for a substitution as Martinson leaves, and Hoggle checks back into the Jimmy's lineup. And a little bit of pressure put on by the Bulldogs, and they're going to call a foul.
Second one on Momberg.
Is the term ticky-tack enter into this somehow? So second personal foul on Kyla Momberg, and the Jimmies with the ball, foul apiece for each team. And going in, driving the lane is Busick.
Again, a teammate needs to step over there and help to play defense. Everybody says, well, it's not my man. It's not my man. The player with the ball is your man. The idea is to stop that player from scoring.
So Busick's second one. This one is, no, she didn't.
Yep.
She didn't shoot one yet. I was too busy talking. Makes the first of 2. Misses the second one. Peterson back in the ball game with the rebound for the Bulldogs, and it's a 3-point Jamestown lead. Oh, and an errant pass. Momberg thought Peterson was going to be one place. Peterson was somewhere else, and it's a Bulldog turnover. And what did the turnover picture end up?
Bulldogs had 10 through 3 periods. Jamestown had 14.
Jamestown with the ball and the lead. Lead is 3, 47-44. Oh, and wide open on the wing is up. Shot is no good, but Hoggle high for the offensive rebound, and Cordes with the three-pointer off the offensive rebound, and it's a 6-point Jimmy lead, 50-44. Oh, and nice passing.
And a foul.
Nice passing by the Bulldogs. They break the press. Peterson scores the nice layup, and she is fouled and will go to the free throw line to shoot 1 to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way.
And now 3 of the Jimmies have 3 fouls.
And Peterson misses the first free throw, so it remains a 4-point Jamestown lead, 50-46. and off the hands of Cordes, and she saves the ball. And Hoggle, turnaround jumper is no good. And offensive rebound and put back by Lofstrom. And Coach Miller over here saying, box out, box out.
There's no sense in jumping up there to try to block that shot. The Bulldogs have only blocked 4 shots cleanly in the whole season.
Kiki Davis draws the foul. And that will send Davis to the free throw line to shoot a couple. 8:01 remaining in our ball game, with the Bulldogs trailing the Jimmies 52-46. And Davis gets the first.
And she looked utterly nervous about that.
Well, I know she came in after the last home game and spent about a half an hour at the free throw line. She gets 1 out of 2, and it's at 52-47 Jimmies. From the free throw line, or from the top of the key, I should say, is Cordes.
And she was very quiet in that first period, but
well, she's getting close to her average of 20 points a game. 54-47. Jimmy's starting to pull away a little bit. And Nichols had the ball tipped out of her hands, but it was last touched by a Jimmy who was trying to catch that tip away. Peterson to Davis inside, puts the shot up, and it falls.
Right-handed.
54-49 Jimmies. 7:12 left to play in our ball game. Wide open for the three. Breakdown of the Bulldog defense, and Lofstrom gets the three. And it's 57-49, 8-point Jimmy lead.
He's kind of reaching through there.
I think Wiest is going to be called for the foul.
I think that's Megan Oswald.
Or Megan Oswald.
Yep.
I got confused with all the threes. And we have a bunch of players coming. See who's in. Let's see now. Lenz is in for the Jimmies along with Martinson. And back in the lineup is Paulson. Paulson playing with 3 fouls. .6:30 left to play. Nichols out to Isabel Lund. She puts up the 3. Doesn't hit it. Rebound to Cordes of the Jimmies, and here come the Jimmies on the attack with a 8-point lead. Cordes puts the shot up. This one doesn't fall. Davis with the rebound. Oh, she got away with a double dribble on that. Whoa! That was a double dribble,
Yes.
wasn't it? Yeah.
She was going to toss that.
Good defense again by the Jimmies. Force a bad shot by the Bulldogs.
Davis saves a layup there.
Peyton Hagee back in the lineup, and Nellie Momberg checks out. Turnaround jumper is no good by the Jimmies, and here comes Hagee quickly down court for the Bulldogs and into Davis. Davis goes up, works her way up, and shot off Jimmy. I think it was off of Cordes. And Isabella Lund will put the ball in play for Montana Western underneath their own basket, trailing 57-49.
Paulson about had a steal there.
Oh, and bad pass by the Bulldogs. Another turnover, and the Jimmies.
They have amped up their defense.
Yes. 3-point shot is out. No good. High off the glass and rebound. No rebound. Paulson couldn't control it, and it rolled off her hands and out of bounds. And now the Jimmies back off of their full court pressure. 57-49 Jamestown over the Bulldogs of Montana Western. 5 minutes left to play. Nichols with the three. This is good. So that's first basket in a while.
Yeah.
A couple of possessions for the Bulldogs, and it cuts the Jamestown lead to 5, 57-52.
You got a timeout?
No. Oh, I guess media timeout. So with 4:37 left to play, it is Jamestown 57, Montana Western 52. Back with more action on the Bulldog Sports Network.
We are champions of character.
We're back at the Stroud Gymnasium. 4 minutes, 37 seconds left to play. And I'm wondering, we haven't seen Kylie Oldelk today, Mike.
No, we haven't.
She's over there, and she looks like she's dressed, but she's got a sweatshirt on.
Yeah, that's good. I don't think she played in the previous game we had here.
Nichols with another three attempt, high off the air. No. Oh, and Kiki Davis from behind commits the foul.
Could you hear that?
Yeah. I heard the slap, yeah. Well, so you're saying that was a foul?
That was a foul.
57-52 Jamestown, and the Bulldogs now pulling out full court pressure. Kiki Davis, that was her fourth personal foul, and it's a third team foul on the Bulldogs. Jimmies don't have much trouble breaking the Bulldog press and down and setting their offense up.
4 minutes. Are they going to just run out the clock a little bit? See again.
Turnaround shot is good. That was Oswald, and she went right over Peterson. And do you think she was playing the fact that Peterson's playing with 3 fouls?
And not in very good defensive position.
59-52. The Jimmies lead. Maddie Moy, little 10-footer, doesn't fall, and rebound to the Jimmies Lofstrom. And the Jimmies on the other side, and I'm thinking they're going to milk the clock. They're not going to just go down and shoot like they did before. But then again, I'm not a coach. I've got a headset on. What would you do if you were the coach? Would you just slow it down a little bit? Shot from the wing is short, but she gets her own rebound. Lofstrom missed and got her own rebound. And Wiest right underneath the basket, a little too underneath the basket for the shot as Hagee puts up the 3 attempt and no good, and rebound, battle for it. Who's got it? Who's got it? Oh, they're going to call a jump ball and possession arrow. That was a good way to do it.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because there were people on the floor, and there were going to be more.
59-52. Jimmy's over the Bulldogs. Bulldogs with possession. Nichols has the ball for the Bulldogs. Nichols, and she'll take a little shot, drive inside, and it falls. It just kind of leaned one way and then fell. And it's 59-54 Jimmy's, 2:12 left to play in our game this afternoon. I guess it started in the afternoon, but it's in the evening now.
Okay, that.
Oh, nice pass inside, but nice defense by Maddie Moy. She checked.
And the shot clock expired because that ball never hit the rim.
Good defense by the Bulldogs.
It had to have hit the rim, though, didn't it?
Well, we don't have an instant replay. We have an instant replay. And they're going to say Bulldog ball, and I don't blame Coach Sankey. I don't blame him at all. He's a little on the upset side. Full court pressure put on by the Jimmies on the Bulldogs.
And to beat that, you have someone go up and set a screen. Don't just jump around and go set a screen. Get the ball in and clear out.
Oh, Momberg. Oh, double dribble.
I thought Peterson was wide open underneath the basket.
He was. Is that a horn?
Yeah.
Wake up.
Yeah, that when the shot clock goes off, that horn's not very loud.
Not at all.
No.
59-54 Jimmy's with 1:22 left to play. You slow it down again?
Yep.
Peterson kind of got left by herself. Oh, and a three-point, was that Weiss that hit the three? It's 62-54 Jimmy's with 1 minute left to play. Looks like the Jimmies are going to raise their record to 6-1, and the Bulldogs are going to fall to 3-4. 40 seconds left to play, and now the Jimmies are backing way off, and Nichols commits the foul, and that won't be a shooting foul. That's the wrong person you want to shoot or want to foul. And here comes Isabel Lund and Kiki Davison, and Momberg and Moy will sit down.
Bulldogs have no scorers except Peyton Hagee on the floor. They have 4 pretty good defenders. Hagee, Lund, Nichols, Kiki Davis, and you leave Peterson right under the basket.
So 35 seconds left to play, and Isabel Lund fouling, wrong person to foul. That's going to send your 100% free throw shooter to the line. Right now it's 8-point lead for the Jimmies. Make that a 9-point lead. I'm guessing she leads the nation in free throw shooting.
She's got to be either first or second.
Yeah, 100%, and it's a 10-point lead for the Jimmies, 64-54, and we have timeout on the court. We'll take a quick timeout on the Bulldog Sports Network. We're back at the Stroud Gymnasium. I want to remind you again on the Bulldog Sports Network, if you can't make it to Dillon, the playoff game between the Bulldogs and I forgot the name of the team already. Morningside. I knew it started with an M. Morningside, that will kick off from Bulldog Stadium at noon. But if you can make it down here, do it. The tailgate section is amazing, and it's good atmosphere. It
has such a feeling of big time
college football.
Yeah. And of course, the turf has turned out to be amazing.
And we want to take a quick congrats to the Bulldog volleyball team for winning the first ever Final Sight game.
And another foul.
And I'm not sure why they're even fouling.
There's always that chance.
Yeah, I guess.
Nichols is now, she's got 4 fouls. There's a lot of fouls.
Yes. And Peterson goes over to get some quick words from Coach Cooper. And at the free throw line is Busick for the Jimmies. Nothing but net. Busick from Fargo, North Dakota. That's way over in the eastern side of Dakota. That's a fun place to go to a football game because you get to watch it inside at the Fargo Dome. 12-point lead by the Jimmies, 66-54. Nellie Momberg's 3 goes up, and it's no good, and Kiki Davis just fouled again.
That shot was blocked there by Cordes.
And Kiki Davis commits her 4th personal foul. And the Jimmies putting this ball game away from the free throw line. Jessica Lofstrom from Grand Rapids, Minnesota, 6-foot freshman, can add a couple more points for the Jimmies. And she does. Adds 1 anyway. There's a couple of the Jimmies that have that high arcing free throw.
Yeah.
Gets both of them, and it's 68-54 Jimmies with 10 seconds left to play in the ball game. Maddie Moy has it off to Hagee. Hagee back off 3 and no good. Rebound controlled by the Jimmies, and that's going to do it. Final score is the University of Jamestown 68 and Montana Western 54. We'll be back with the final score wrap-up after this on the Bulldog Sports Network. We are back at the Stroud Gymnasium. Once again, final score, the Jimmies come from behind to defeat the Bulldogs by a score of 68-54. Mike's got the final stats, but really quick, we want to remind everybody, Bulldog football versus Morningside. That game Saturday afternoon, kickoff at noon from Bulldog Stadium. And then tomorrow, of course, our Bulldog volleyball team tries to make it 2-0 at the national tournament as they play Northwestern, and the Bulldogs coming off their very, very first win at the Final Sight National Volleyball. So best of luck to Bulldog volleyball back in Sioux City, Iowa. And Mike, are you close to final stats? Okay.
So again, the final score. University of Jamestown 68, Montana Western 54. The Bulldogs were outscored 45-25 in the second half. They had led entirely through the first period. The Jimmies were led by Kate Cordes. She had 19 points. She was 5 of 12 from the field, 7 of 7 from the free throw line. But it was Jessica Lofstrom coming off the bench with 16 points, plus 10 rebounds and 3 steals. Lofstrom, she's the player of the game for me. For the Bulldogs, they were led in scoring by Peyton Hagee, who was 4 of 13 from the three-point line. And then Nellie Momberg had 10 points, and Kenzie Peterson and Ava Belich had 6. Trinity Nichols had 7, but the Bulldogs, the second half, their offense really went south. For the game, the Jimmies shot 33% from the field, 23% from the three-point line, and 84% from the free throw line. The Bulldogs shot 30% from the field, 23% from the three-point line, and 78% from the free throw line. Leading rebounders, Kenzie Peterson had 6 for the Bulldogs, while 2 players, Kate Busick and Lofstrom, they had 10 apiece. Kate Cordes had 4 assists for Jamestown. Jamestown just had 24 points. The Bulldogs had 22 in the paint. Off the turnovers, Montana Western had 15. Jamestown had just 11. But in the second chance points, Jamestown had 20 points while the Bulldogs had just 10. They had the Jimmies racked up 17 offensive boards. You're not going to beat many teams if you give up 17 offensive boards. The last field goal that made in the game, Jamestown scored with about 70 seconds left to go. Montana Western didn't score a field goal after the 2-minute and 23-point mark. So, again, the final score, 68-54, the University of Jamestown. They go to 6-2 on the season, while the Bulldogs drop to 6-3.
6-1.
6-1.
Well, and we'll be back here. Bulldogs are going to be on the road for a couple of weeks, and they'll be back here the last couple of days, well, almost the last couple of days of December. They'll play a couple of non-conference games against a couple of Canadian schools making the rounds through Montana. So I'm Wally Felt along with Mike Miller and Brett Wiebe. And for everybody on our staff on the Bulldog Sports Network, have a great night, and we'll see you on Saturday.